Get my cup. Good morning. This is Neva from Manic Mama Musings. Or is it? Have y'all ever seen me with makeup? So, this is my cup of the day because I'm dishing up some poison. I love this. We got this at Big Lots last year and it was the only one left. Like, literally, they didn't have them, and then once we found them, there's only one. And I love it. It's one of my favorite cups. And I'm drinking, was it pumpkin spice you put in here, babe?
Yes. The one Ashley sent.
Yes, my Ashley coffee. That's my Beastie coffee. Okay, so there is that. Now, what is the theme today? Hoodoo, voodoo. Voodoo witch? Voodoo witch? Yes, we watched, in case you're wondering why, is because we watched the Skeleton Key last night. I've decided I'm going to give reviews on these movies. Like LJ and I can have a little banter. Not real long ones, but in these videos. That way, I will have reviewed it. You can decide if you would want to watch it. And probably Manic Stitching Cow is going to start back in November. So for now, there's just talking about it and whatnot. So the Skeleton Key has Kate Hudson and that woman's name again. The lady who plays in The Notebook, the old lady, when she's old. What is that actress's name? Anyway, she's a very good actress. And in this movie, I think she's excellent. She's so very believable. Her, like the whole her and Kate Hudson do an amazing job. It is one of my all-time favorite spooky movies. It's not necessarily, it's Halloween, but it's not a Halloween slasher. It's more into dark arts kind of thing. And I don't want to give it, because some people, LJ had never watched it. It's a very good movie. Now, if you have a problem watching movies about voodoo and stuff, you should not watch it. But it's one of my faves. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah. We had fun. I had fun. I was annoying to LJ because I kept saying, have you figured it out yet? Have you figured it out yet? And he was like, no, would you leave me alone? So
I felt dumb. I was like, should I?
Because I usually figure out what's happening in the movie way before, well, I almost always figure out what's happening, and I for sure figure out before him. And so, but this movie, I was so excited for him to like grasp what was going on. So to me, it's a very good movie with like kind of a mind twisting kind of thing. It's excellent. What did you think of the movie, babe?
I loved it. I loved the acting, the writing. I especially loved how it ended and tied everything together. It was so cool.
Yeah, that the end of it, if you haven't caught it by the end, there is an aha moment that I just truly love. Oh, I painted my nails. That was my activity for the day. And so I pampered. It's not really pampering myself because honestly, I'm one of these people that get frustrated when I paint my nails, but I'm not going to paint. I like how they look when they're done, but I hate to paint my nails and I'm not good at it. But I won't pay someone to do it. So, you know, it's darned if you do, darned if you don't kind of thing, like, you know. But I'm happy now that I did it. They don't look perfect, but I love it, and they're black because it's spooky season, y'all. So there's that. I bet you're wondering. Wonder what my blanket looks like. There, now y'all know what I sound like when I sing. My throat is a little. I've only had a few hours of sleep. Couldn't sleep last night. Steroids suck. They're good but bad. They made me feel better, but okay. So added the purple. It did not quite get, it did a little more than half around, which is fine. I am loving the whole color scheme of it, y'all. It's just, it's fire. It's awesome. And I love it so very, 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 very much. I will be adding it, the Jason applique soon, and hopefully making a few others, and I have some ideas. But so there's that. Can you see it?
Yes.
Beautiful. So let's find out what colors I'll be adding tonight, sometime. Here, can y'all see, can they see in there?
Yep. It's very dark, but yeah, we can make it out.
Oh, that's why you can't see. There's some. I love paydays. Did I tell you I love paydays? I love paydays. I really love chocolate covered paydays, but regular paydays are good too. How did you know, Miss Ashley? Did I tell you that? Inquiring minds want to know. If you're wondering about my head wrap, by the way, I bought it at a store in the mall in Albuquerque. I've never worn it because I couldn't figure out how to wrap it. Rihanna was supposed to do my hair for me and she didn't. I watched a video. It's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Not sure how long it would stay in my hair, on my head in New Mexico wind, but because it's not pinned in there, but I was pretty happy that I got it. LJ's two favorite colors together.
Yes!
Red and black. And that is going to look cool. I will probably put the red first so that if it runs into the purple, it still stands out. And then the black. Plus, there's quite a bit of black, so we're spacing the black out too. So, yeah, but pretty cool. And making me think of, the movie Friday the 13th. So, we'll see what that looks like. Thank you, Ashley, and thank you for the paydays. Freaking love paydays. Chocolate paydays are really, really good. But they always, they came out for a while and then they stopped. And I feel like they're like a limited thing because they're starting to dwindle down again. So there's that. I talked about the movie. Oh, project. Bet you're wondering what project I did. Bet you're wondering. Okay, y'all, you can laugh. It's always good to laugh. Don't tell me you laughed at me. This is supposed to be a voodoo doll. I think his head's too big. It's the pattern that Ashley used because she had sent it to me. So I already had this. Just so you know, Ashley did it, but I also had plans of doing one. And mine's bigger, but I used bigger yarn and a bigger hook because I had bigger yarn, so I needed to use a bigger hook. So that's why it came out bigger, but I'm not sure why his head is as big as it is. But I think he still kind of looks like a voodoo doll. I will stick some pins in him when I find some. But there's my voodoo doll to go with the whole voodoo vibe. There he is, and not sure what to do with it to make him. He's too cute to be a voodoo doll, y'all. I mean, I know that Ashley's was cute, but he's having trouble holding his head up. And me when I used to get way too wasted. Okay, so. And I didn't have buttons for the eyes, so that makes a difference too. I think the crosses make him look kind of happy or something. But anyway, so there is my voodoo doll. Not sure what its name is going to be yet. Maybe you can suggest some things. But anyway, I got to speed it up because Captain Obvious is dozing off, and eventually you're going to hit the floor.
Not that time I wasn't.
So, socks of the day are spider webs. I don't have any voodoo socks. So, spider webs and spiders. I love these socks. And look, they got polka dots. They've been worn once. They're not brand new socks. It's not like I have brand new socks every day. Although, I did have brand new socks from Ashley. Brand new socks from Mimi Cadu. Today, these are not handmade, but they're spider socks. If someone knows how to make these spider socks, go for it. And then, guess what I'm working on? Here's one piece. Oh, I was about to say a bad word. There's the first piece, all done, okay? And barely started on. Okay, y'all, just give me a minute. I tried to, it took a little while to do this. I've not done my makeup in forever. So, what you see, what the heck? Do not try this at home. I am not a professional. Or however, I don't know what I dropped. But, and here is the start of part 2. So, part 1, part 2. And I know you probably still can't guess. There's not enough of it. And I keep getting out of camera. I'm sorry, guys. So, there's that. What's next?
Gabby.
Yes, Gabby the ghost.
Jinx, you made a Coke.
We should have looked up some voodoo facts.
Maybe later.
Yes, maybe I will add to the video and
yes,
we'll do voodoo facts. So, let's see. Oh, by the way, this ghost name isn't really Gabby the ghost. I mean, I named her Gabby, but it's ghost Halloween ghost advent calendar. It's by Stringy Ding Ding. I keep forgetting to put the pattern, the link to the pattern below, but I will do my very best. If I don't, please ask me. I will tell you what video to find it in, or I'll put it in there. But you were dozing that time. Your head was falling. So okay, we gotta speed it up here.
I have to look down because I'm aiming it at you like this.
Okay, so oh Lord, my glasses. Oh well, I got it. We're okay.
Okay.
So the movie we're gonna watch, and I this is good because I don't think this movie's very long. The Mummy isn't very long, is it?
Nah.
We're watching The Mummy. Just take my word for it.
The original Mummy.
The original Mummy tonight. I like the old school. Like I love that.
Old Universal movies.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna clean out some of my garden beds, and maybe I can do some clips. LJ got me a wheelbarrow. That's the front tire's all messed up, but it's not for moving stuff. It's to plant stuff in, but I got a Halloween idea for it before because you can't plant right now. We could, but so clean out some garden beds, do a little garden stuff today if it doesn't get too hot. After a nap, I've only had 2 hours of sleep, so after a nap, I need a nap. I really, really need a nap. I've only had 1 cup of coffee because I need to sleep. Okay, so just so you remember, today is day 6 of Crochet-tober, October 6th. So we're almost a week into October, y'all. I'm gonna get Gabby dirty. Anyway, I named her Gabby, like I said. Okay, so now I have some question. I got tagged by my beautiful, wonderful, caring soul of a friend, Lottie, from Cancer is a Lifestyle. Enjoying the Journey, Cancer is a Lifestyle. I'm sorry I almost switched them up. I usually get it right anymore, but I told you, Lottie, my brain is going like this right now. So,
get ready.
I'm going to answer these. He's going to ask me, I'm going to answer them, and then I'll tag some people. It's a tag, by the way, if I didn't say that. Okay, go ahead.
All right. First of all, favorite childhood memory?
Ooh. Not to be mean, y'all. I didn't have a terrible, terrible childhood. Kind of a tumultuous childhood. I don't remember a lot of my childhood. I don't know if I have one. Probably the Halloween that my cousins lived with us, and we went trick-or-treating in the house because we couldn't get off the mud road where we lived to go trick-or-treating. So we went through the house to each room trick-or-treating. Probably the one I can think of right now. I should have planned this out and probably written down my answers. Go ahead, dude.
2. If you could go back in time, where would you go? What age, time period, or year? Think about it.
Well, I'm honestly going to say that I'm out of my whole life, other than my parents not being with me, this time in my life right now is a time I would not want to leave. But if I was going to go back and give myself advice and not stay there, because to be honest, my school years were HE double hockey sticks, okay? I would never go back to school. Never. Not my teenage years, not my kid. I was bullied. I hated it. And then I messed up a lot in my younger years, so I wouldn't want to go back there and stay. And I finally have a really good man. So I have to say now, but if I was going to go back and just give my past self advice, it would be probably my senior year. Oh, no, end of my junior year. And it would be, don't do it. Just say no.
So the 90s. Oh, nice.
No. My junior year was in the 80s. It was 88.
That's one thing we have in common.
Yeah, you were born in 87.
No, I wanted to go back to the 80s too because
Anyway,
I lived in there for 3 years when I
so,
was an infant.
so what happened was, yes, in 88, there was something that I feel like led to a lot more bad decisions. And so I would tell myself to just say no. I know that sounds cliche, but I should have said no. Like, had to do with a friend, and she kept pushing me into doing stuff I knew I shouldn't do. So just say no. So 88.
Okay. Do you have any sisters/brothers? And if so, how many?
I have two half brothers that I've never met that were my dad's sons that came before me. And then I have two younger sisters. So 4 altogether, siblings, 2 that I actually know and have lived with, and they tormented me and whatever. No, I have 2 wonderful sisters who we can't say we were ever really all that close, but we're closer now than I think we ever have been, and we're in a good place or a decent place with each other now, so that's a good thing. So someday I want to find my brothers. They were from Illinois, by the way, Danville, Illinois, throwing that out there, and their names were, I have their names, and I don't remember them right now, so I will have to throw that out there another day. Go ahead.
Okay. Did you have a pet as a child? What? Do you have one now?
Oh Lord, I had lots of pets. We had a duck that we saved. Somehow its foot got frozen off or cut. There was a duck missing a foot that we rescued. I had a crow, raven, the big, yeah. We rescued it, and then eventually, I mean, it had its freedom when he got big enough to fend for himself. But crows like to stay close to home. But apparently he found a girlfriend, and eventually he went his own way, but he used to steal the neighbor's tools. It was pretty cool. I had a tortoise. I had a white rat. I had cats. I had dogs. Then we lived out in the country. I had a horse. We had some cows. I had pigs. We had can you say midget when you're talking about a cow? A midget cow, like dwarf. It had dwarfism. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but she was just all short. Like she was real wide and short. She even gave birth to a calf. Like we didn't mean for her to get bred. She had gotten in with the other cattle. The calf was born almost as tall as she was. Anyway, so I had a pet tarantula, and I now do have a pet tarantula. My pet tarantula when I was young her name was Christine. She lived 25. I had her for 25 years. Her name was Christine after the evil car. That's a movie we could try to watch. Anyway, her name was Christine. I had a pet turtle, and I have a pet turtle now. Yes. I have cats now and dogs now. What else did I have as a kid? You get the idea. Oh, and I rescued pigeons because our landlord, the property we lived on, he had a barn, and he was going out and killing the pigeons, like knocking their nests down as babies. So I would go and I would get them out of their nests, the grown pigeons, like take their whole nest and put them in a cage with a box. And then when they got old enough, I would take them away and set them free. I'm sure they died somewhere else, but I thought I was doing something good. I have rescued things since I was a child. In fact, when I started getting married, my dad said I was still bringing the strays home. Took me a long time to figure that out, but yeah. So, okay, next question.
Do you have kids? How many?
Oh, Lord. Human kids? Yes.
This says kids.
I have 3.
Okay.
Well, I have 3 and 4 actually, because I have my oldest daughter, Rihanna, who is absolutely beautiful and amazing. Well, they all are. And then there's my twins, Elizabeth and Rosario, and I raised them on my own with the help of my mom, but pretty much on my own, and I wouldn't change that. I made a lot of mistakes and stuff, but they saved me from myself, so I am thankful for them. And then I consider my daughter's fiance Faustine, because they've been together for so long. He's my son, and so and then I have quite a few kids that call me mom, like they consider me their adopted mom. So yeah, but I have 3 that I give birth to, one that's going to be married into the family, and then the ones that have adopted me. So I think that's the answer.
Neat. What did you want to be when you grew up?
Okay, so I was a really sick, twisted teenager. I bet you couldn't guess that. I was real depressed, and I was stuck in this little country town. I love country, don't get me wrong, but it was a very small, racist place, okay? I'm not going to detail that story for another time, but they were very small-minded, and so I was a very depressed teenager, so we had to write this paper. It gets down to what you're... I'm going to make a short story long. So we had to write this paper on what we wanted to be. I don't know, junior or senior year. And I said, well, the way my life looks, because, you know, I had a very controlling dad, very protective. That wasn't bad, but controlling too. And then I was depressed and I didn't have any friends and no one liked me, you know, because I was fat. And, I mean, you can say that wasn't the reason, but that had a lot to do with it. Like, anyway, well, that's for another time. But, so I wrote this paper saying that I was going to be the crazy cat lady with like 200 cats. So then the teacher, I had to go see the counselor, who, by the way, I'll tell you that story. She was not a good school counselor, but so I had to go talk to her. I had to rewrite the dadgum paper. So then the the facetious part of me, there, I won't cuss because I think I cussed yesterday. I'm sorry about that. So the facetious side of me wrote a paper about being a prostitute. And in my paper, I was very logical and said it was the oldest profession, because that's what my dad always said, and that it should be legalized. And I went into like how the prostitutes would be safer. It'd be safer for families, for men that were straying outside their marriage. It would be safer for the wives that were at home, and you know, it could be taxed. I had reasons, and I said I wanted to be a prostitute. Then I got in trouble again, and my dad laughed because a lot of what I put in there had come from his mouth. But my mom didn't think it was very humorous. So then, okay, that all to say that after finally, believe it or not, I wanted to be a teacher. We all know not a math teacher because Neva doesn't do numbers. I wanted to be an English teacher. I loved to read and I loved English, and that's what... Well, I wanted to be a vet, and then it changed to a teacher because I found out how long I had to go to school to be a vet, and that seemed like a really long time. So, okay, my cat's doing something weird, and I don't know what it is. So,
Wouldn't you say that you're a teacher now, so to speak? You know, with the musings.
God help whoever I'm teaching.
I think so. Name one place you would love to live.
I don't know if I'd want to live in Ireland, but I want to visit Ireland. But I have told y'all quite often, I would love to live in a place that has perpetual fall. If you've ever watched The Good Witch... Oh my gosh, I've watched it. Why can't I think of the name of the town? Anyway, somewhere like that, where they just get into Halloween so big that it's... Yes, and I was told that Salem is quite like that. And so Salem, Massachusetts might be somewhere I would want to live. Yes. Maybe there. That might be if I was going to move somewhere. But Ireland is like on my top of my list to visit someday. And then if I liked it. But I have to say, the one place I visited that I know I would love to live is like Missouri and Oklahoma. I love all the trees and just being secluded. I would still go see friends, but I love being surrounded by trees. That's for a whole nother thing. But that was a plan at one time, was to move to Missouri. So I guess I have a few places that are up in the air. It'll probably never happen.
Well, let's see. Who was your first boyfriend and what was he like?
Oh my God. I forgot that one was on there. Bloody. His name was Michael. We won't give out government names. But his first name was Michael. And he was awful. When I said, the fat girl thing, now he wasn't skinny. But he only dated me to get to my skinny pretty friend. In the end, that all came down to that. That's what he told me. That he really only dated me trying to date my friend. So,
Have you ever made a gift for someone who did not like it or gave it away?
They were too afraid to tell me. My kids, you always give your kids something that they end up not liking. But like other than my kids, because I mean, kids are kids. Um, they're probably too, because I would cry, whether it be out of anger or sadness. I would cry if someone's said they didn't like it, and if they gave it away, I don't know about it. So all is good if I don't know.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yes, every once in a while.
Where were you born? Do you still live in the same state / area / country?
Oh, good Lord. The same country. I was born in Tacoma, Washington. No, I don't still live there. As y'all know, I live in New Mexico. Yes, big change. Probably why my heart yearns for trees. And I do want to visit there someday because we left when I was 2. So, and I said, oh Lord, because we moved. I was conceived in California, born in Washington State, and then at 2 we moved to New York State. My 2 sisters were born there. Then we moved to New Mexico, then Texas, and then back to New Mexico. And for whatever reason, we settled here. Is that it?
One more question, and you already answered this actually.
Oh Lord.
You meet your 18-year-old self. You're allowed to say 3 words. What do you say?
Well, actually, that was my 17-year-old self. So my 18-year-old self, it'd be like, don't keep doing it. Or,
what
you know
doing?
what? No. 18-year-old self is 3 words.
3 words.
That's 2 words.
Invest in stocks.
No, back then that wasn't.
Pumpkin spice coffee.
No. Well, love yourself. Except for yourself is 1 word, but I'm going to break it up. Love yourself.
There you go.
Because I didn't. And I made a lot of bad decisions because of that. So there's that. I have to tag people. So because we're doing this Crochet-tober, I'm going to tag the beautiful ladies that have a channel that are doing this with us so far. That is Cynthia. Cynthia's Crochet and More May. Ashley from Stitchin Ain't Easy. Kayla from Llama Mama Kayla. Ella from No Catchy Name Crochet. And Debra from Crochet Life and Stuff with Debra. Okay. I think that's everybody. Let me think for just a minute so I didn't leave nobody out. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go and make sure I'll cut this part out if I forgot someone. I'm almost positive that's everybody. So tag, y'all are it. Thank you, Lottie, for tagging me because I love doing tags. I know y'all think I'm weird probably, but I love doing them. I feel included. I never got included when I was a kid. I'm doing Mental Health Monday all week apparently. And so I love it when I feel included. Like it makes me feel good. And so I usually try to think of like a few new people to add into my usual list. But this time it's going to be the people that are doing Crochet-tober since it's in a Crochet-tober video. And so what were we going to add to this later? Oh Lord, I already forgot.
Darn, I forgot to.
There's something else we needed to do. I guess this might be the end, and if not, just keep watching, in case. But if I don't add something because I don't remember what it was. I hate it when that happens. Keep watching till it completely ends, because there will for sure be pictures of my grandpups and one of my kitty cats at the end of this video. So there's something else. I'll watch the video because I think we discussed it.
Video, is it just split in half?
Oh Lord, it's not gonna save. Okay. Bye.
All right.
Okay, so I remember what I was gonna say. Well, I remembered that I forgot. Oh, good Lord. So I took my hair down and stuff. Sorry, guys. I'm not still in costume. But the song of the day, because it is so fitting, is one of my dad's favorites and mine. He loved this song, Marie Laveau by Bobby Bear. Love that song. I also remember we were going to do voodoo facts, but we're going to leave that off. I'm going to put this video together, and this will be okay. At the end, there'll be pictures of my grandpups. So the dogs are my grandkids, and then the pictures of one of my cats, because she was just cute yesterday, and so we took some pictures. So that's all for now. I will try to remember to put all the info, but I'm putting this video together while I sleep, and then I will upload it when I wake up.